Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you. And it's for Tuesday, the 14th day of June, which is the 8th day of Sivan. This is being taped before Shabbos and Shavuos, but I hope you're all hearing it just after Shavuos. I hope that your Shavuos was meaningful and that you learned a lot of Torah. And you are now in Isru Chag, the day after Shavuos. No Tachanun because of that. And some people won't be saying Tachanun for a number of days now because of the sacrifices, karbanos, that used to be brought after Shavuos was over, but that's going to depend shul to shul, depending on the custom of the shul. I want to give you one last halacha related to the afterglow of Shavuos, and that is the Torah, the great Torah, and the honor that we should give to it. There is a Gemara that says that Rav Nachman once asked Rabbi Yonasan if he could teach him a chapter of Torah, and they were standing in the marketplace, and he said, "Here, now in the marketplace?" And he said, "Yeah." And he said, "Well, I would have to go to the Beis Hamedrash, to the study hall, to teach you Torah." And he said back to him, "But Rebbe, you told us that wisdom cries aloud from the streets." And he admonished him back and said, "No, you didn't understand what I said. When we say that wisdom cries aloud in the streets, that's wisdom cries aloud in the streets of Torah. If you want to learn Torah, you go to a Beis Hamedrash, a study hall, or a shul, and you kind of engulf yourself in the holiness of the shul or the Beis Hamedrash, the study hall, and that's where you absorb the Torah." He went on to tell him, like as an example, he said, "Look, if two diamond dealers want to sell a diamond, they would not stand out here in the marketplace and exchange such precious jewels, would they? If you're exchanging a very precious item, you go to a very special place to do your transaction." And he said, it's not dissimilar with Torah. It's the same idea. You wouldn't stand in a marketplace and just bark out some deep concepts of Torah when you're standing in a place that's oh so distracting and so unholy and so mundane. You would take yourself to the study hall, concentrate there, and do your Torah study. Now, this is important to us because, my gosh, any of you hearing this are probably not necessarily in a study hall right now, looking at some halacha that's video on your computer in your wherever you are. And we're not against that. Let me make that clear. There are people who have to take long subway rides, long commutes, and they have Torah tapes in their car, in their ears, on their iPod, and that's all wonderful. I don't think anybody would be against that. If you're stuck on a train, stuck for an hour in the car, why shouldn't words be Torah be broadcast in your car to you? Again, no one is against that. That's wonderful. That's filling up every moment of your day with Torah, so that if you're at a dentist's office waiting in the waiting room, sure, open up your little pocket book, Jewish Mishnah or whatever it is, and of course learn. But here's what we are saying today. When you have an availability of setting up a study hour with someone, and you're making the choice of where to do that, it's always best that you go to some study hall, a Beis Hamedrash or a shul, to be surrounded by the aura of Torah and people learning with you, and that's just always, always better. So again, squeeze Torah in everywhere in your day wherever possible, and certainly listen to it in the car, in the subway, and the whatever. And people even have shiurim on subway rides, and we're for that too, because why should you just be reading some, mundane anything when you're for an hour on the subway every day? Sure, it would be great to do Torah then. But your best Torah should still be set up, if possible, in a holy place surrounded by Torah, just like two diamond dealers would try, wherever possible, to do their diamond deal in the diamond center. And that's one of the many ways that we honor Torah. Thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.